I'm sure glad you and Jimmy got those numbers back on the town hall clock, Detective Time. Now everyone who comes to the park can see what time it is again.
Yes, Barbara, I'm glad too. But you know, there's still something strange about the clock. We put the numbers back some time ago, but the minute hand hasn't moved yet.
Which one is the minute hand, Detective Time?
Let's go back to the town hall clock so we can get a closer look, and I'll show you. See the two hands of the clock?
Hmm?
The minute hand is the longer one that's pointing to the 12 right now. It's supposed to be moving to show us how many minutes have gone by. But as you can see, the minute hand is not moving.
The shorter hand hasn't moved either. Isn't it supposed to?
Well, Jimmy, the shorter hand is called the hour hand, and it moves more slowly than the minute hand. In fact, the minute hand has to move all the way around the clock before the hour hand moves from one number to the next.
So if the minute hand isn't moving, the hour hand isn't going to move either, is it, Detective Time?
Exactly, Barbara. We'd better have a look inside the clock tower and find out why the clock's hands are not moving.
But how do we get into the tower?
I just happened to carry a key to the clock tower. Let's go and find out what the trouble is.
Look at all these sticks on the steps to the clock.
And look at the leaves.
I'm sure these sticks and leaves weren't here yesterday. This may be our first clue as to why the minute hand has stopped. Let's go up into the tower. Just as I suspected, a squirrel's nest.
Is that what's causing the minute hand to stop?
I think so, Barbara, but we'll have to move the nest to find out.
But we can't move the nest, can we, Detective Time? If we do, the squirrel won't have a home when he returns.
Don't worry, Jimmy. We'll move it very carefully. To the ledge. The squirrel will probably be happier over here anyway. And it is safer here where the movement of the clock won't bother his nest. There. Now the squirrel will be happy, and the minute hand will be free again.
Now that the minute hand is free, Detective Time, can you tell us how it works?
Of course, Barbara. Let me use my time machine to show you what happens with the minute hand. Do either of you remember which of these hands is the minute hand?
I do. It's the longer one.
That's right, Barbara. The longer hand is called the minute hand because it shows us how many minutes have gone by since the last hour.
And the shorter hand tells us what the last hour was, right, Detective Time?
That's exactly right, Jimmy.
But how do you know exactly how many minutes past the hour it is?
Can I try to explain it, Detective Time?
Sure, Barbara, go ahead.
Well, see all those tiny marks around the edge of the clock?
Mm-hmm.
Each of those stands for 1 minute. If you count them, you'll see that there are 60 of them.
Then there are 60 minutes in each hour.
That's right, Jimmy. You're doing just fine, Barbara. Carry on.
If you notice, Jimmy, even though there are 60 markings which stand for the 60 minutes in an hour, there are only 12 numbers.
I was just going to ask about that.
Each of those numbers stand for 5 minutes.
Is that right, Detective Time?
That's right, Jimmy. Every time the minute hand reaches one of those numbers, another 5 minutes has gone by.
Then it helps if you know how to count by fives, doesn't it?
Yes, it really does help, Jimmy. But you must remember that when you start counting by fives, you always have to start at the top of the clock.
Isn't that because the minute hand's trip around the clock begins at the top?
That's why, Barbara.
Then when the minute hand gets to the 1, 5 minutes would have passed. Isn't that right?
That's right, Jimmy. How many minutes past the hour would it be when the minute hand gets to the next number, number 2?
Why, it would be 10 minutes past the hour.
Very good, Jimmy. And when it's on number 3?
That's easy, Detective Time. It would be 15 minutes past the hour.
That's correct. If the minute hand is on the 1, it would be 5 minutes past the hour. When it's on the 2, it would be 10 minutes past the hour. So, if the minute hand is on the 3, it would be 15 minutes past the hour. And don't forget, the smaller hand tells you the hour.
So right now, the time machine shows 15 minutes after the hour of 2.
Right, Jimmy, or 2:15. Let's try another one.
Okay, this is fun. I think I understand it.
When the minute hand is on the 6, how many minutes past the hour is it?
Let's see. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30! It would be 30 minutes past the hour.
Right. So if the hour hand is on the 2 and the minute hand is on the 6, what time is it?
It's 2:30.
You've got it. Now, let's turn the town hall clock to the right time again, and then go check the front of the clock and see if the minute hand is moving.
The minute hand is on the 6.
And the hour hand is on the 5, so the time is now 5:30.
That's right again. Now you know how to read the minute hand.
And all because you were able to fix the minute hand on the town hall clock.
Well, I'm glad that squirrel in his nest gave us the chance to talk about it. It was a very timely event. Who's there?
It's Jack Frost.
Come on in, Jack. Hi, Jack. What can I do for you?
Well, Detective Time, we need your help.
Who's we?
The teacher and students at the community school. They have asked me to get you to help find 2 missing students, Carlos and Judy.
They've probably just overslept. Let's go over to their homes and see.
I've already checked their homes, and they weren't there. Their teacher, Mrs. Glau, is quite worried. It's not like them to miss school, especially on a special day like today.
Let's see, today's Friday. What's so special about Friday?
This Friday is special to the children because this Friday they are all painting their classroom. It's really a big project, and they need the help of all the children if it's to be finished by the end of the day.
But I don't understand. Why must it be finished by the end of the day?
Since today is Friday, the last day of the school week, there won't be any school tomorrow, which is Saturday, or the next day, which is Sunday. Since there isn't any school, the room will have the whole weekend to dry, and the paint won't get smeared.
A very clever idea. Well, let's get down to business and figure out what clues we have as to where the children might be.
Yes, we shouldn't waste any more time.
Time. That could be our most important clue. Maybe my time machine can help us locate Carlos and Judy.
But what clues do we have about time, Detective Time?
Well, we've already discussed the day of the week. It's Friday. So let's push the Friday button on my time machine. What time of day is it?
9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, let's push the time button too. If we look at the screen, it should tell us where most children are at 9 o'clock on Friday mornings.
Ah, that's where they should be, Detective Time, in school. But they're not.
Then we must find out what children usually do at 9 o'clock in the morning when they're not in school. So I'll push the button for a day that they're not in school. Saturday.
That's right. They'd be playing. But it's winter and snowing. They wouldn't be swimming and playing at the beach.
Oh, I forgot to press the time of year button. Season. The time of year now is winter. Now, if I push the season button for winter, we should find out what most children do at 9 o'clock in the morning on a snowy day when there's no school. I think we have it this time. It looks like my time machine put all the clues together. They're probably playing in the snow.
Maybe we should look at the town park. I often see children playing there when there isn't any school. There's an ice skating rink there and a large hill for sledding.
Great, let's go.
I sure hope we can find Judy and Carlos.
Well, Jack, time will tell.
Look, there they are! Judy! Carlos!
Come on, let's meet them at the bottom of the hill.
Aren't you Jack Frost and the famous Detective Time?
That's right. And aren't you two supposed to be in school today?
No, today is Saturday, the last day of the week. We don't have school on Saturday.
You're right. You don't have school on Saturday. But if you look here, you'll see that today is not Saturday, but Friday.
No wonder there are no other children sledding with us today. They're all in school.
And today is a special day, too. We are supposed to help paint our classroom today.
How could we have mixed Friday with Saturday?
Well, normally you have classes on Friday, right?
Right, Friday is a school day.
But today you weren't going to have regular classes, were you?
No, we were going to paint.
Maybe that's why it didn't feel like a school day, and we thought it was Saturday.
Exactly. Now let's take a minute to look at my time machine and go over the 7 days of the week so that this mistake won't happen again. Okay, we'll start with the first day of the week, which is...
Sunday. We don't go to school on Sunday.
That's right. And many people go to church on Sunday.
Many people also spend Sunday visiting or having other fun with their families.
That's right. All right, let's go to the second day of the week, which is...
Monday. Monday is the first day of the school week.
At school, on Monday mornings, we plan our classes for the rest of the school week.
And remember, even though Monday is the first day of the school week, it is really the second day of the week.
That's true, Jack. Now for the third day.
Tuesday.
Since Tuesday is only the second day that we're in school each week, we usually have a lot of work to finish before the end of the week.
Okay, so far we've gone over Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The fourth day of the week is...
Wednesday. Wednesday is the middle of the school week. We've had 2 days of school already, and we have 2 more to go.
In our classroom, Mrs. Glow lets us bring something in for show and tell on Wednesday.
That's always fun. Let's see. Oh, yes, we're on the fifth day of the week, which is...
Thursday.
I like Thursday. On Thursday nights, I have guitar lessons.
At school on Thursday, we work extra hard. We have to make sure our work is finished because the next day is the end of the school week, Friday.
Since Friday is the last day of the school week, in our classroom we often work on a special project.
Like painting the walls of your classroom.
Detective Time, we better finish up quickly so Carlos and Judy can help paint those walls.
Well, Jack, we're almost finished. There's only one day of the week left.
And that's Saturday.
The day we usually get to go out to play.
I usually have to clean my room first, though.
Okay, let's say the 7 days of the week in order one more time, and then you must be on your way to school.
Why don't you start, Carlos?
Okay. There's Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Then comes Thursday, Friday, and then finally, the last day of the week, Saturday.
Very good. Now let's hope this mistake doesn't happen again.
Now that we've gone over the days of the week, I don't think we'll forget again. Thank you, Detective Time. Thank you, Mr. Frost.
Yes, thank you.
Goodbye, Detective Time. Goodbye, Mr. Frost.
Goodbye, Jody. Goodbye, Carlos. Have a good time painting.
We're just about there. Now, I hope you're not too excited about this place. It's pretty old. It might need a lot of work.
We're not excited.
Excited. This will be our first real clubhouse. Before this, we held meetings in Roger's garage. We're going to need money to fix this place up. We're going to need money to buy the paint and the curtains.
Don't forget the boards we have to get to fix the wall. I have some more money at home. We can use that.
I do too. So do I. I have about 50 cents.
I don't think we'll be able to buy all the stuff we need right away.
Why not?
Why not?
Well, we all have a little bit of money, but we're going to need a lot to buy everything we want. We might have to wait a while and save our money.
That's a good idea. What you should do is save a little bit of money each week. Maybe you won't buy candy after school or go to the movies on the weekend. After you save for about a month, you might have enough to buy what you need.
A month seems too long.
But before we start saving up our money, we have to figure out how much we're going to need.
My father is a manager of a lumber yard. Maybe he'd help us pick out some lumber that isn't real expensive.
My mom works in a paint store. I know she'll help us pick out the paint we'll need. I'll ask her about it tonight.
Ask them about the furniture, too. We're each going to need a chair to sit on.
And don't forget to see how much money each of you has.
We won't forget. We'll each count our money tonight.
I still think we're going to have to save for a while, until we can buy what we want.
Let's not worry about it now. That can be what our first meeting's about.
After we count our money, what should we buy first?
The paint! I don't like looking at these walls.
I have only 2 paintbrushes, so we'd have to buy 2 more.
I don't think we'll have enough money to buy anything yet. I have 3 quarters. Each quarter is 25 cents. That makes 75 cents. Okay, I wrote down how much I brought in. What about you, June?
I have only 2 quarters. That makes 50 cents.
Okay, 50 cents more. Roger, what about you?
I brought 10 nickels and 5 pennies. That makes,
There's 5 cents in a nickel, so 10 nickels would mean 5 times 10 or 50 cents. 50 pennies plus 5 more pennies makes 55 cents.
I'm the only one who brought in any dimes. I have 7 dimes and a nickel.
What with the rest of the money, Pablo?
Let's see. There's 10 cents in every dime, so 7 dimes would mean 7 times 10 or 70 cents. And you had a nickel? A nickel is 5 cents, so 70 cents plus 5 would be 75 cents. 7 dimes and 1 nickel makes 75 cents.
Well, how much?
Did we bring in enough?
Wait a minute. Aren't there 100 pennies in a dollar?
Yes, why?
Well, after I added up all the money we brought in, I got 255 cents.
How many dollars is that?
Let's see. There are 100 pennies in every dollar. We have 255 pennies, which means I think that we have $2.55 in all. But I'm not sure.
How much do we need?
We still have to figure out how much money everything costs.
Okay, we'll do that now.
I talked to my mom last night, and she said we could get the paints and brushes from her. She said the paint would be $8, and the brushes are $2 each.
Okay, if a brush is $2, then 2 brushes are $4.
If the brushes are $4 and the paint is $8, then the total would be 4 plus 8 or $12. What else do we need?
We can get the boards from my dad's lumber yard. He said each board we wanted would cost $2.
June, how many boards will it take you to fix the wall?
Oh, I think 2 should do it.
Okay, if one board is $2, then 2 boards would be $2 times 2 or $4.
What else do we have to get?
Curtains. We have to get curtains so no one can look inside.
Do you know how much curtains will cost us, Roger?
I don't think they'd cost that much. My mother said that all we'd need was a couple of meters of burlap, and burlap is only about $1.50 a meter.
Okay, if 1 meter of burlap is $1.50, then 2 meters of burlap would be $1.50 times 2 or $3.
Well, how much do we need?
Let her have time to figure it out.
Okay, the paint and brushes cost $12. The boards cost $4, and the burlap for the windows cost $3. When you add all this up, you get $19.
$19?
Are you sure?
She's right. All that does add up to $19. How much do we have now, Marcia?
Remember, we have 255 cents. We still have to figure out how many dollars that is.
How are we going to do that?
I know how. Follow me.
Marcia, where are you taking us?
Yeah, where are we going?
We're going to the bank. My mom works there.
Where is your mom, Marcia?
She's over there. Follow me. Hi, Mom. Can you help us with something?
Well, hello. What can I do for you?
We're having trouble finding out how much money we have. Can you help us count it?
Is this the money for your clubhouse?
Yes.
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 Look at all this money. Is this all yours?
We all brought in a little money.
Okay. Do you all know how to count to 100?
Of course we do.
We can count even further than that.
Well, good. Do you know what a decimal point is?
A what?
Look here. Do you know what that means?
Sure we do. It says 25.
But there is a dollar sign beside it.
Does it mean $25?
This is a decimal point. This means 25 cents, not $25. When you have numbers behind the decimal point, that means cents or pennies. So this figure means 25 cents.
Do another one.
All right. Remember, if the numbers are behind the decimal point, that means you only have cents. Now, see if you can read these. What's the first one?
15 cents.
Good. Because the number 15 is behind the decimal point, it means 15 cents. Who can do the next one?
62 cents.
That's excellent, Pablo. Who's going to do the last one?
29 cents.
That's right. But now, let's try a harder one. Let's see if I can trick you. Who can tell me what this is?
4 cents.
Okay, I guess you all know this pretty well. Marcia, do you know what happens when you get past 9 cents?
Can I show you?
All right.
See?
Good. But remember, until you reach 10 cents, you always put a 0 before the number to hold the space open.
Can we count our money now?
I don't see why not. But first, let's try one more thing. Who can tell me how much money this means?
That one is easy. That's 99 cents.
That's right. But what happens when you add one more penny? What's 99 plus 1?
100. 99 plus 1 is 100.
Would that be 100 cents?
Yes, 99 cents plus 1 cent would be 100 cents. But how would you write it? Here, let me show you. You see? 100 pennies make $1. So you write it like this. The 1 now goes on the other side of the decimal point.
Why don't you put the 100 behind the decimal point?
Because in this case, you can only have 2 numbers behind the decimal point. When you have more than 99 cents, you then have dollars. And dollars go on the other side of the decimal point. Okay, should we count the money?
Mom, why are there so many different kinds of coins? Why don't people just carry pennies around?
That's a good question. Look here. How much is this?
25 cents.
A quarter.
You're both right. 25 cents is a quarter. Now, what's easier to carry around? 25 pennies or 1 quarter?
Oh, I get it. A quarter is easy to carry around.
That's right. But remember, a quarter and 25 cents are both worth the same amount of money. Now, let's see how much money you have here.
This is what I brought in.
Okay, let's count it. Pablo, you have 7 dimes and 1 nickel. Do you know how many pennies in a dime and in a nickel?
There are 10 cents in a dime and 5 cents in a nickel.
Good. So if you have 7 dimes, that's 7 times 10, or 70 cents. A nickel is 5 cents. So 70 cents plus 5 cents is what?
75 cents.
Good. You brought in 75 cents. What about you, Roger?
I already laid it out. I brought in 10 nickels and 5 pennies.
Good. Did you hear Pablo say how many pennies are in a nickel?
Yes, there are 5 pennies in a nickel.
Okay. So if you have 10 nickels, that's 10 times 5, or 50 cents. And 50 cents plus 5 cents is what?
55 cents. 10 nickels plus 5 pennies add up to 55 cents.
My turn.
Good, Roger. Okay, June, show us what you brought in.
I brought in 2 quarters. That makes 50 cents, doesn't it?
That's perfect. 1 quarter has 25 cents in it, so 2 quarters is 25 times 2, or 50 cents. Write down your total like Roger and Pablo did.
50 cents. I brought in 50 cents.
Mom, I brought in 3 quarters. That's 75 cents.
That's right. 25 cents in each quarter, so 3 quarters would be 25 times 3, or 75 cents. Do you want to know the total now?
Yes.
Yes.
$2.55. That's your total.
Oh,
Wow. Do we have enough?
Here, Mom, we figured out how much we needed.
Okay. You want to buy paint, 2 paintbrushes, 2 boards, and curtains. And all of this comes to $19. So, you need $19. But you only have $2.55. That means you have to earn $16.45.
Where are we going to get that much money?
Well, don't try to get it all at once. Try to save just a little bit every week. It will all add up after you save for a while. Here, let me change some of these coins into dollars. Then you won't have to carry so much loose change around. Let's go to the teller's window. Aaron, these children have $2.55 in change in this bag. Can you give them $2 bills and 55 cents?
I sure can. Okay, $2.55. $2 bills, 2 quarters, and 1 nickel.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now that you know how much money you need, what are you going to do?
We need so much. It's going to take a while to save it up.
June's right.
I think we should try to find a job.